John Cohen's latest statements about Auburn's coaching search are important. They're not just interesting, they're important. Let's talk about it on a brand new Village Vice. He is Zach. I'm Brad. Zach, John Cohen in Birmingham this week. He doubled down on wanting to name a new head coach within 24 hours of the Iron Bowl. I think that's important.
It is important for several reasons. One, I think it shows that you have a plan. Two, I think it gives whoever you're replacing Hugh Freeze with a legit fighting shot. I think also it shows respect to the players who you are anticipating signing with you just a few days later, that you are trying to give them as much information as possible. You're not trying to put them in a box with 12 hours left to go. I think everyone benefits from that situation.
Yeah, he was in Birmingham. DJ Durkin was in Birmingham. A lot of others were in Birmingham earlier this week. I want to go through some of his other. No, I haven't been to Birmingham this week. Not yet. I could go later, maybe.
You're going soon?
Auburn, I'm not. No.
You won't go Sunday? Just kidding.
No, I don't go Sunday. I'm in the studio for basketball.
Yeah, you are.
Studio for basketball.
And you're doing a great job at it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So here's something else John Cohen said this week. He said, quote, "We have probably had conversations with 7 or 8 sitting head coaches. We'll get that number down. I would love to have a head coach within 24 hours after the Iron Bowl is over. Is that possible? I don't know. The reason I don't know, this is even more interesting, I think. The reason I don't know is because I don't know how our candidates' seasons are going to progress over the next 3 weeks. What do you make of that? What does that signal to you?"
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a few guys that are in a situation where they could get into relevant postseason games. Then there's some that probably aren't in that situation. I would hate for the decision of Auburn football's future to come down to that. But with the timing of it, like, it almost has to, which is interesting.
I want to push back on that, because does it have to? Is it better to risk losing some, not all, some members of your recruiting class? And we know how much Auburn has played young players over the last couple of years. So these are impactful players. In order to get the right guy, if you have to wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks for the right guy, for a guy that's going to take you to the playoff multiple times.
Yeah, like if it's done in theory, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with probably losing some guys in this recruiting class if you believe that this is the guy. Because they're going to go heavy in the portal anyway this first cycle. Do you get some younger guys in the portal for depth to kind of balance that out? Yeah, that's doable. That's doable. My question, though, is I don't think that's part of the plan, because Cohen has now doubled and maybe even tripled down with saying that he wants somebody before signing day, or that's the plan. And you can't put yourself in a corner and do that. He clearly has someone in mind, or some people in mind to do that. So I don't think you're wrong, Brad. I just don't think that's what Cohen's going to do.
Do you think that he feels so good about having DJ Durkin already in house that if you've had conversation with somebody who's going to be coaching a playoff team, but you don't want to wait until the playoff is over and you go, you know what, these guys need to know who's going to lead them. Let's give the job to DJ Durkin. I'm talking playoff or DJ. Is that a conversation that you weigh?
I hope not.
Okay.
It might be, but I hope not.
Yeah. No, that's why I wanted to ask. I'm not trying to put you in John Cohen's frame of mind. I'm asking you, is that a conversation you would entertain?
Yeah. And look, I really love DJ Durkin, and I think he's a strong asset for Auburn. And I think he, for the right candidates, I think makes the Auburn job more attractive. I think it's already an attractive job. I think he makes it more attractive for the right candidates. But at this point, I think if DJ Durkin is one of like Auburn's top candidates, I think it's because we missed at other places.
Yeah.
That's just the feeling that I'm getting right now.
I think it's also interesting. I don't know if it's important, but I think it is interesting to note what Durkin said earlier this week. And he talked about planning to be in Auburn for a long time, long term. That doesn't just mean as the head coach. I mean, do those comments that he made this week give you the feeling that, maybe they've already talked about it no matter what? Like, are part of the conversations with prospective head coaches this idea, like when Hugh Freeze was hired, the conversation was about Cadillac Williams. You got to keep Cadillac. He's got to stay.
Yeah.
Is DJ Durkin a part of those conversations, maybe with potential head coaching candidates?
I think it has to be. To be. I don't know if that's unique to DJ. I mean, I think everybody's got. Look at Derek Nix at Ole Miss. Like, he stuck around through a bunch of different universities. Have these guys that just stick, and for whatever reason, they make sense. Auburn had a few of those guys. Like, Zach Etheridge survived a few head coaches, didn't he?
And going back, like, even a different era, Joe Witt Sr. was here through 3 different head coaches.
Yeah, so like that's not crazy. That's not like this isn't a strange thing.
Yeah.
There are exceptions. It's not the rule, but it is an exception, and it's one that makes sense, and it's one that's fairly common.
Yeah.
So, and it's an asset. It's an asset. So, there's going to be some candidates that probably don't like it, and there's going to be some that do, and it's up to Cohen to see, like, okay, is that disconnect worth it or not? And that's John Cohen's job, and it should be no one else's.
Yeah. Really interesting month of November as we come down the stretch. Like, let me just look at a couple of conferences, okay? Some conference standings.
Yes.
In the ACC right now, Georgia Tech, Virginia, SMU, and Pitt are all 5-1. So if you like the head coach at any of those schools, there's a chance they're going to be in a conference championship game. Louisville is 4-2. They're only a game back with 2 weeks of conference play, I guess, to go for all of those teams.
You're picking these schools very strategically, I see.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the records. I mean, the schools behind that aren't going to be played in the conference championship game. Like Wake Forest, Cal, Clemson, NC State, Virginia Tech. They're not. And Virginia Tech's looking for a coach too. So
we go get Cal's offensive coordinator. No, not funny. Too soon.
Not as a head coach. No, heck no. Not here. Not as a head coach. Already seen that movie. Don't need the sequel.
That's right.
Just picking another conference randomly. Let me pick the American.
What a random conference to pick.
In the American right now, Navy is 5-1. And then North Texas, South Florida, East Carolina, and Tulane are all 4-1. So if you like the head coach at any of those schools, there's a chance they're playing in the conference championship game. And then if they win their conference championship game, is there more? Like, if South Florida randomly wins their conference championship, they win out. Are they in the playoff?
Probably. Their resume is pretty solid.
Yeah. If Tulane wins out, if you like their head coach, are they in the playoff?
Do they play Navy or North Texas?
No, they play.
They need other people to lose.
Well, no, you're right. That's a good point. Yeah. No, they play 6. The teams they play are 6-12 combined in the league.
Yeah. So, like, and I don't think Navy's played anyone with a pulse. It's my understanding.
Other than Notre Dame and got clobbered.
Right. So that's interesting. Like, should Auburn fans be pulling for Navy in North Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
They lost
even if they're not the option, Golish or Sumrall.
Yeah.
Even if they're not the option, and the off chance that they are, or just in the chance that they are, you don't want Auburn's decision makers to be limited by any scope whatsoever.
Yeah.
So,
and that's
it's kind of it, because like you're almost pulling for like these potential guys who could be leading our program next year. You're almost pulling for them to lose to some extent.
Yeah. Well, and let me be very just kind of brash with this.
Brash.
I'll be brash, Brad.
Brash, Brad.
I don't care how their 2025 team currently finishes. I don't care. If he's my coach, I don't care if they get a title or whatever. I want the coach here working.
Well, wasn't that the narrative?
Yeah.
When we thought it was Lane Kiffin, and I think when John Cohen thought it was Lane Kiffin, and Lane Kiffin fell apart, and it was, oh, he's so focused on the Auburn job, but he just doesn't care anymore. And then, everything happened. So, yep.
Same, and the same story. If you go to the ACC, if you like Rhett Lashley, or if you like Jeff Brom, or if you like Tony Elliott at Virginia, or Brent Key at Georgia Tech, you're looking at those ACC standings over the next 3 weeks. So, yeah.
So I
thought
didn't
those
watch
comments
Cohen.
this week were interesting. And
I didn't
important
watch
from
Cohen
John
speak this week. Did he mention again though that he is he's looking at people who are coaching now? Because he mentioned that in the presser after Freeze was let go, and it was like, oh, okay, so it's not James Franklin or Jimbo Fisher, which are two names that have been thrown around.
I don't know if he mentioned that specifically.
Okay.
He just said every athletic director has a list, the just in case list. Talked about coaching with an edge. Players want to be coached hard. There was a lot more of I've talked to players. There's a lot of analytics, weighing all options, speaking to candidates multiple times, speaking to NFL scouts, speaking to NFL front office people, speaking to people that cover college football every single day. So it sounds like it's gathering as much information as possible from everywhere.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. There you go. There's the latest. We're gonna get back into the.
We were asked a question during the Barncast last night, specifically for this show.
Okay.
Do you mind if we head there now?
Sure. Go ahead.
When is the appropriate date to put up a Christmas tree?
The day after Thanksgiving.
You're one of those?
Yep. 100% day after Thanksgiving. Now, I used to be that way.
I get it. Then I had kids, and I want Christmas to last as long as possible.
I understand, but I also want to give my kids, I want to let them.
You want to give them Thanksgiving? Kids don't like Thanksgiving.
My 12-year-old son is completely with me on this. Bo thinks Thanksgiving gets a bad rap, gets overlooked, and he's not like he's one of the pickiest eaters on the planet, so it's not like he just loves the meal, but he doesn't like overshadowing Thanksgiving.
Maybe it's just how I remember dreading Thanksgiving. I was excited to get some time off of school, but we'd always leave early in the morning, and we'd drive out of town, and we would eat with these people that I saw twice a year.
Sure.
And I didn't really none of them were my age, and I was a picky eater growing up, and so I liked 3 or 4 of the things, and then we drove home. That's not fun.
Yeah.
That's not fun for a kid. So maybe that's why I feel that way, but
maybe
I appreciate it now. I love it now. And we keep our kids home for that reason, because I don't want them to have to, view Thanksgiving the same. I want them to enjoy Thanksgiving. Yeah. I don't want them to have a negative view of Thanksgiving like I did.
Right.
I think as soon as October ends, November 1st, Halloween's behind us, you can put up your Christmas tree.
Well, that's fine. And those are the two camps. I mean, there's not a whole lot of in between. You either wait till Thanksgiving is over or November 1st. Now, I'll say this. I've started a new Halloween tradition. The night of Halloween, we watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, because that's like
we're transitioning.
Yeah. It's a transition movie. So that's fine. I played Christmas music in the car on the way to the kids' school today.
Look at you. You're so jolly.
Look at me. Don't I look jolly?
Why didn't you play Thanksgiving music, Brad, since you're so pro Thanksgiving?
The only Thanksgiving song is Adam Sandler's Thanksgiving song. That's it. It's the only one. So if you had Thanksgiving music, you'd just be getting that one round the clock.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's my camp. I'm a Friday. Now the day after Thanksgiving, I'll get the tree out, put it all up. It'll be great.
Okay. Got it.
Big lights too. I don't like little lights. Give me the big bulbs. I like big bulbs.
Can't lie.
Cannot lie.
You're a big bulb guy.
Thanks.
Are you a bulb or a wreath guy?
What?
You like bulbs or wreaths more?
I'm more of a bulb guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Than a wreath guy. I have one wreath goes on the door.
You like bulbs? Are you a bulbs guy or an ornaments guy?
Ornaments need to be, I don't need to overload a tree with ornaments.
Okay. You let the tree be the hero.
The tree and, well, the lights. The lights, then.
You're a big bulbs guy.
Yeah, I like big bulbs. Friend?
Describe the shape of the bulb that you like.
It's a bulb, Zach. It's a bulb.
Okay.
You know exactly what shape it is.
You're so particular about certain things. I felt like you were particular about this. I was giving you a chance to be snooty about something because you love being snooty about things that people don't really think about. Today's show is brought to you by our friends at Roback. Roback.com. Use promo code BARN20 for 20% off your order. They've got hoodies. They've got quarter zip. Speaking of Christmas, get your Christmas shopping done for those in your life over at Roback. Use promo code BARN20 for 20% off today.
What's the weirdest ornament that you have on your tree? Because yours is already up, right? Your tree's up?
No, it's not. I wish it was. We kind of got a little argument about it a few days ago.
Why don't you love Christmas? We love Christmas starting November 1st. Don't even have your tree up yet. Sorry.
What? I don't know. I mean, we've got the standard like Disney characters, and I've got a few like Pokemon and Star Wars character ornaments.
Yeah.
And then the rest are just like generic, balls.
Gotcha. Are you a balls guy or a bulbs guy?
Bulbs. Which, speaking of,
yeah,
there's someone who saw a ball maybe hanging from a tree and was like, that's a state. I'm going to name a school after it. That person exists.
Yeah.
And other people are like, yeah, I'm going to spend money to go to Ball State University.
Sure. Ball's not a state, though.
It's not a state.
I love the people like, actually, why are you guys still on this? The state university and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, we understand how it works.
Like, this joke's not for you.
Right. Yeah.
You're clearly not funny. Sorry.
Just pass by. Yeah.
Yep.
The weirdest ornament.
What else are we talking about?
All right, let me get to the weirdest ornament I have on my tree, and then we're going to get into more of the quarterback. Into more of the quarterback thing. So my grandparents on their tree had these weird, flat, wooden, like cat and dog faces. They were droopy-eyed, and like they look weird. They look like they're straight out of World War II era somewhere. I don't know where they got them, but when my grandfather passed before my grandmother. When my grandmother passed, I want certain ornaments that were on their tree.
Yeah, sure.
I got to have the droopy face dog and cat ornaments. So I've got a couple of those that are on. They're weird. They don't fit. They don't match. They're completely out of place. They're strange looking. If I think about it, I'll bring one in and show it to you.
Yeah, send me a picture.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it.
I can do that. The day after Thanksgiving, when I put the tree up, I'll do that.
Cool. Great.
Okay. We didn't get into this much.
Day after Thanksgiving, are you a big Black Friday guy?
Oh, no, I don't go out. I do not go out the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
No.
It kind of feels like a normal day now because I don't think really anybody does it. Or they're done by like 10 o'clock.
Well, and we've got the Iron Bowl the next day. I'm sure I'll come into the office, do some work, but like I don't go out into the retail world.
I'm Brad. I've got the Iron Bowl the next day.
We collectively, the Auburn family, have the Iron Bowl the next day.
But that's not what you said.
I did too. I said we've got the Iron Bowl.
Let's talk about the quarterback chatter.
All right. As we go through this week, do you think any differently about who should play quarterback against Mercer?
So right after the game, I thought it was a discussion between Deuce and Jackson. Now, the more I think about it, and I feel like I pivoted pretty quickly to, I think it has to be Deuce.
Okay. That's interesting to me. So you're certain, at least in your opinion. Yeah. Okay.
I'm certain of my opinion. Yes. Are you not?
No, I'm still not. Because I think you can make an argument for all three.
I think they've made it pretty clear it's not Ashton. So let's remove him from that. Because, of course, like, who gives you the best chance to win Saturday? If that's a discussion, I think we all agree it's Ashton. So let's remove Ashton out of this conversation.
Okay.
Make the argument for Jackson Arnold.
You're paying him top NIL money. He has more experience. You can't afford mistakes on the job early in the game against anybody. We remember New Mexico State. We know teams have, upsets happen in college football. And I don't think that you can afford on-the-job training in a tie game. So you go with the more experienced guy.
So
whether you agree or disagree, I think that's the case.
Yeah. Now, is Jackson's experience, how valuable is Jackson's experience in this scenario? I think is another discussion. But let's play out worst case scenario for a second. Let's play out the worst case scenario with Deuce. Let's say he looks awful, which I don't think will happen. But let's just say it. We're leaning into potential worst case scenario, which needs to be considered in this.
Yep.
Let's go through it. Let's say he looks terrible. Several turnovers in the first quarter. I think there's a few things at this. One, maybe we know. Is he the future or not?
Yeah.
Do we know? Two, the defense probably keeps you in it regardless. Three, I think you make a game plan because I actually trust the ability to craft a game plan now that it's probably going to be run heavy anyway.
Okay.
Including the quarterbacks,
yeah,
which you can make the case, like, if you put Jackson in, just run him 20 times because, what's it matter? But let's discuss, like, the ultimate worst case scenario is they lose.
Yeah.
Which I think even in the worst case, it's very unlikely, but possible. We've seen it. What happens? We're starting over in 2 weeks anyway. And if you get an answer on Deuce, if you trot Deuce out there with Cam and Eric and Malcolm and you're starting O-line and Jeremiah and Deuce can't beat Mercer, you probably don't build a program around him.
Yeah. But I don't think you have to see. I think you can know that without seeing him against Mercer. Because what does seeing him against Mercer, does that convince you can build a program around him? Does any quarterback showing
but it can prove that you can't. It won't prove that you can, but it can prove that you can't.
Yeah. I think you can make an argument. I mean, look, we saw Jackson beat Baylor and South Alabama, and Ball is not a state.
It's not.
So you can beat Mercer with Jackson Arnold, and you're paying him to get out there and do it, and so you do it.
I think the money right now is irrelevant. I think the money you're paying Jackson's irrelevant.
That's fair. I'll accept. Yeah.
Okay.
But you can also have a plan that Jackson plays a quarter and a half, and you build a little lead, and then as soon as you have a 2-touchdown lead or a 17-point lead or what have you, now let's see Deuce for a lot of the game. He can still feature prominently. So it's not an all or nothing, in other words.
I love how Durkin answered the question about Ashton.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm paraphrasing here, but like, look, we've been talking about it as a staff, and, the well-being for the human, the student athlete, the player has to come into effect. Right. I love that.
Yeah.
Because he's right. Like, you don't want to take a year away from him for one game.
Yeah.
Unless Ashton wants to do that. In the same vein, is it good for the player if you trot Jackson out there? I think it could get not violent, but I think it would get loud, and I think it would get animated. And I think that's a bad look for everybody.
Well, yeah, you're probably right, and that's sad, and you may have to take that in. I would remind folks, we haven't seen Jackson run this offense.
Sure.
So we don't totally know what he would like. All that experience, we're still trying to sort out. Man, we're still going through the wreckage to
But
determine.
he's not a part of the future.
True. Yeah. There is also that part of, and I promise I'm not treating the Mercer game like it's the Iron Bowl, but if you win both of these games, you're going to postseason.
Yeah,
And
I mean, Brad, if we can't beat Mercer with anybody at quarterback,
I know.
We're going to push the reset button in 2 weeks anyway.
Granted, yeah, but I think I would almost rather let's make quick work. Let's whoever is the guy that allows you to build the biggest lead and play deuce the rest of the way. And then if you make a bowl game, then give Deuce the whole bowl game. It's an exhibition anyway. Let him start. Let him go. Go crazy.
That would be his third game, assuming he plays Saturday. That would be his third game.
Bowl games, it doesn't count towards your eligibility or a red shirt. You can play in the bowl game.
When did that change?
Whenever they changed everything else.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So give him the whole bowl game.
Please play in the bowl game. Please, everyone, just please stay. Mm-hmm. Please, we need full rosters in bowl games, please.
Yeah. NIL helps that too, though, by the way, because if you opt out, if you leave, then you don't get your contract's done.
Interesting. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm still firmly in the Deuce camp here.
Yeah.
But I'm also like it would be devastating to lose to Mercer, and that's such a small percentage, regardless of who's there. But even if you do,
yeah,
you probably learn maybe Deuce isn't the guy.
Yeah.
And that frees up more money for whoever's about to come in the portal.
Yeah. And to be clear on this, I don't think it needs to be said, but we'll say it anyway because there's always somebody. But we're not pro or anti one player over another player.
Pro Auburn.
Pro Auburn. So whoever the quarterback is, pro that guy.
Pro Auburn. Pro DJ Durkin right now.
Yep.
Pro whoever is Auburn's next head coach once he's hired. That's what we want.
That's it. Absolutely. So
that's what we want.
It's just an interesting conversation. Like we said Monday, it turns a game that wouldn't have had that much intrigue into something really, really interesting.
I've got another thing for you. We're about out of time, but
yeah,
it looks like you've got something about spelling octopus down there that I don't want to take any time away from that for sure. But did you realize Jeremiah Cobb is he's third in the SEC in rushing? He's at 904.
Yeah.
Hardy at Mizzou is at 1,046. And then I think it's Kyron Lacey. Lacey's ahead of him at Ole Miss at second. He's 8 yards ahead of him at 912.
What are those other guys' attempts or yards per attempt relative to Jeremiah?
They'll have more. More attempts.
Sure they have a lot more.
Hardy has 19 more. Lacey has 47 more.
Okay.
Hardy's average is higher. Hardy's average is 6.1. Lacey's is 4.6. Cobb's is 5.9.
Okay. All right.
That's the first thing I looked at too. Which I thought was interesting. Because that was Jarquez's thing, right?
Yeah.
He was second in rushing, but he was by far the best in average. But do you try to get Cobb to be the leading rusher? Because you could do it. If that was a goal, you could do it.
How far is he behind Hardy in yardage?
130-ish, 142.
Okay. And Missouri's still got, I don't know who Missouri's got left, but you got 2 games left?
One, I think you can run on Bama. I don't know if we're stopping Bama, but you can absolutely run on Alabama.
Yep.
And then they could get him 200 yards on Saturday if they wanted to.
I don't think you do that though. I don't think so. I think you get him over 1,000 next Saturday. I don't think you just. No, I don't think.
I'm just asking the question.
Yeah, my initial reaction is no, because you need him full. Mercer's a great opportunity for Omar Mabson and Darrell Robinson to get more carries, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to see Darrell Robinson too.
Yeah. Same.
All right.
Okay.
Let's jump into the octopus thing real quick.
No, it's real, and it is real quick. I spelled it wrong Monday. I got in a hurry. I spelled it wrong. So I just needed written confirmation for our audience who's observant, and they hold us to a high standard, Zach.
Dr. Church was probably losing his mind.
Yeah, I spelled it incorrect. So, yeah. So I needed confirmation that I do know how to spell octopus.
Okay.
Octopuses have 3 hearts. I only have 2 eyes, and they don't work very well sometimes. So there it is. It's correct on the screen.
All right. Thank you for that. That does it for today's show.
No problem. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Get notified every time we have a new show. Join us Friday live, 10 a.m. Central, for maybe we have a new name. We'll work on that. Everyone has vices. Make sure Village Vice is one of yours.